Welcome everybody to the July 20th meeting of the Conestoga Valley Board of School Directors, and to anybody watching online as well. You will notice, those of you that regularly attend, that things look a little bit different tonight. It's because our usual system of the meeting agenda and everything is no longer supported, so we have something new called the Keystone Agenda that we are using, and you all get to be our guinea pigs. For those of you that remain, at least for the first part of the meeting until your name's announced and you all hightail it out of here, that's okay too. So if we run into any technical issues or anything, please bear with us while we kind of all figure this out for the first time. But we're happy to have another option. So will you all please join me for the pledge of the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have attendance, please, Mrs. Martin?
We have 7 school directors present tonight. Mr. Benigno and Mr. Eby are absent.
Okay. Any correspondence this week?
The only thing I wanted to remind you, the induction week luncheon invite is on August the 4th for school board members, and I did send an email last week.
Yep. Any changes to the agenda for this evening?
There were none.
Okay. Can I please get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, we've got a meeting. So first up, we have no board commendations this night, but I believe we have a lot going on from Dan with the superintendent comments.
Yes, good evening. Oh, it's loud. Good evening, everyone. Just a couple new hires to announce tonight. I'm joking when I say that. We're supposed to have 9 here this evening, but I believe we have 7 present. So I'll try to be as brief as possible, but would like to introduce our new recommended professional staff hires for this evening. So for those in the audience who are being introduced, when I say your name, you don't have to come up front, but if you just want to quickly stand and give a little wave so everybody can see who you are, that would be wonderful. So first up, we have Matthew Prebula. Matthew is going to be a speech and language pathologist in the district. He most recently worked as an English language foundations instructor at the Berks Technical Institute, and he completed a speech and language pathologist clinical fellowship at New Story recently. He served as a substitute speech language pathologist in the North Clarion School District and was a 5th and 6th grade teacher for 14 years in the Northeastern School District. He has his bachelor's degree in education from Lebanon Valley College, a master's in mathematics education from Lesley University, and his master's and post-baccalaureate certificate in speech language pathology from PA Western University Clarion. Welcome, Matthew. Next, we have Rebecca Ahern. Rebecca has a Bachelor's of Arts in Early Education, K-4, and Special Education from Westchester University. She began her career as a 2nd grade teacher at the St. Andrew School in Drexel Hill, PA, taught middle school autistic support with the Delaware County Intermediate Unit, and most recently has been teaching K-2 autistic support with the Octorara School District. She's going to be an AS teacher at Brownstown for us, so welcome, Rebecca. Okay, next we have Amber Bitterman. Amber will be a 2nd grade long-term sub at Smoketown. She has her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Eastern University. This past year, she served as a 2nd grade long-term substitute also at Smoketown. So we're happy to have her back this upcoming year. She began her career teaching at Lancaster Mennonite School, and from 2005 to 2011, taught elementary school in the Lampeter-Strasburg School District. So welcome, Amber. Welcome back, I should say. All right, Kimberly Brown. Kimberly will also be an autistic support teacher at Leola. She began her career in the Daniel Boone School District, where she taught kindergarten and 1st grade for 13 years. She has also taught pre-K and kindergarten in various private school settings. Most recently, she has served as a K-1 autistic support teacher with the Chester County IU. She holds her bachelor's degree in elementary education and psychology from Moravian College and her master's in elementary education from Gratz College. Welcome, Kimberly. Blanca Baglio. Hi, Blanca. Blanca earned her bachelor's in elementary education from the University of Puerto Rico and a master's in early childhood education from the University of Phoenix. She began her career in education as a learning support paraprofessional, but since 2018, she has served as a classroom teacher at SDOL. So we're glad to have you across the border here. Elizabeth Gerlach. Elizabeth will be a long-term sub fourth grade teacher at Brownstown. Elizabeth earned her bachelor's in early childhood education from Eastern University. She served as a student teacher at Brecht Elementary School and has completed short-term and long-term substitute experiences at Schaefer Elementary School, as well as here at CV at Brownstown previously. So once again, glad you're staying with us and keeping you here at Brownstown. Welcome. And last but not least, we have Sophia Pangburn. Sophia is going to be our new 6th grade math teacher at the middle school. Sophia taught 4th grade last year in the school district of Lancaster. Prior to that, she was a teacher since 2020 in the state of Arizona. She has a bachelor's in international relations from Arizona State University and a master's in elementary education from Arizona State. While at Arizona State, she was a STEM Acceleration Fellow, a SunTech Impactful Teacher Award recipient, a Center for the Study of Religion and Conflict Fellow, as well as the recipient of several other awards and recognitions. Glad to have you across the country here in Pennsylvania joining us, so welcome, Sophia. And as I mentioned, we had a few others that will be on the list for approval this evening who weren't able to make it, but we will make sure we invite them to a future meeting. So that concludes my report this evening.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you aboard. Any board comments tonight on district activities? Haven't been a whole lot, except maybe storm cleanup. I already asked about correspondence, so we can skip that since I asked it out of order. This is the first part of the agenda where we have it open for public comment. If anybody has any public comments about tonight's agenda specifically that they want to bring up. Okay. Any comments from CEB-EA tonight? Or any other employee groups? Okay. So then we have the consent agenda, which are items A all the way down through M. Any questions from the board on anything from the consent agenda tonight? We'll just check with you, Kathy. Just make sure you get to.
I will say, I asked Adele earlier, I always go over the general fund and pick out things that, oh, what's this? So first thing was college boards.
Your microphone, your mic is off.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Thank
So the
you.
first thing was college board, and Adele tells me those are the cost for students that are taking the AP exam. Right, but the students do pay us back
Yeah.
for that. And then I saw Montour School District. Well, I've got an idea where that is. It's not nearby, but she does tell me that we do have a student involved there. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so if there's no questions, can I have a motion to approve items A through M?
Motion to approve items A through M on the consent agenda.
Second.
Second, thank you. All those in favor say aye. Any nays or abstentions? Oh, we do a roll call. Yep. Never mind. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Groff?
Aye.
Dr. Martin?
Aye.
Mrs. Fisher?
Aye.
Mrs. Kapka?
Aye.
Ms. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Gibler?
Aye.
Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
7-0.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I usually write that stuff down on my old reports, but I don't have that one now. Action discussion items for tonight. We have a budget update with Mrs. Hunsinger.
Good evening. Well, this is a fun budget update as compared to the last several months.
So the good news this evening about the state budget is that what the governor proposed back in his original address on the budget in February of 2026, for public education, the amounts have remained primarily the same. To give you a brief overview first of the overall state budget, total state budget was about $51 billion, and of that amount, $12 billion was specifically allocated to public education. Basic education subsidy, that only increased by 0.7%. Special education subsidy saw some increases over the previous year of just under 4%. But the big increase in the funding is for the Ready to Learn block grant, which we anticipated. So that was the Ready to Learn was an increase of $565 million. As far as some other items that were included in the governor's budget was cyber school changes. Now, there was no cyber tuition reform that would potentially save us some funding, some costs. Instead, though, that they are tightening up on some other changes for truancy, and I'm sure you've been reading a lot about that in the past couple months, wellness checks by the cyber schools, but also residency verification. And we know that they've been wanting the cyber schools to crack down and verify the residency, not just at the time of enrollment, because after several years, somebody could have moved. Instead, the cybers now have to provide us with a list of all of our students and residency verification by October 15th of each year. If they don't comply with that, we don't have to pay them. Eventually, we do when they comply, but current practice by the cybers and PDE is that if a school district does not make a timely payment, the cyber schools appeal to PDE, and then that money is withheld from a school district subsidy, and then we have to go through the challenge process.
Did they do anything about changes during the school year, move in and move out?
No. No. And I know that was one of the items that was addressed by PASBO last week in a budget webinar, that, okay, so somebody can move after October 15th, but then that's for us internally to have some procedures in place to try to check on that. Other areas of interest with the state budget is that pre-K accounts was awarded a $3.7 million increase. For what that represents for us is approximately $250 per slot, and we have 80 slots. So that was an increase in revenue, and I had of $20,000, and I had already included that in our budget documents that we've been reviewing. They again approved a public school facility improvement grant for $125 million. This is a new grant. We already applied for that particular grant for our high school chillers and roof restoration projects. The good news there, fingers crossed, is that grant has been moved through the process, or I'm sorry, not the grant, our application has moved through the process. It's been accepted now. They're going to be determining the amount of money that we will be awarded, and we probably won't know that until September. They're also, again, allocating funds towards school safety and mental health. I know we had talked about that a little last month or the month before. That's what we kind of refer to also as the PCCD grant. We're just going to make it easy and refer to it as a school safety mental health grant. And then again, they're continuing the student teacher stipends to encourage student teachers in education. So what all does that mean for us? For us, again, the good news is that we had already included the amounts that the governor proposed back in February. So there were just minor adjustments to what the final allocation is. The only significant adjustment is with our basic education subsidy. The final budget is decreasing our allotment by about $26,000. And that still can change throughout the year depending on some of the factors that go into that formula, such as our enrollment, et cetera. And just last but not least, again, when we left off with the budget back in June, we're budgeting a planned $1.1 million deficit. And just, I'm keeping my eye on the bottom line there with the federal subsidy decrease that we had because we didn't get our federal notification until I think it was the end of May or early part of June after we had already gone through this entire budget process. They were decreasing our allocations by roughly $110,000. So that coupled with some of the decreases in our state subsidy, right now we're looking at a just under $1.3 million deficit So again, I know this is only middle of July, but we're going to be watching that very sharply for the next 11 and a half months, so. Any questions on the state budget update? It's pretty straightforward this year, and it was timely, well, fairly timely.
All right, no further questions on that? Then the approval for cash escrow resolution for Fritz.
Yes, this has been standard practice for us for about the last 5-6 years with the rolling renovation projects. The townships will require a cash escrow or a letter of credit from a school district when we are doing a renovation building or improvement type project. And what we opt for instead of a letter of credit through the bank is to go with a cash escrow agreement. It's a lot simpler to go through that. We don't have annual fees that we have to pay to the bank for those letter of credit. But this basically assures the municipality, in this case East Lampeter Township, that we will comply with all the requirements of the project and of the township ordinances. So the escrow for the Fritz Elementary project is $1,990,195. That goes into a trust account to be held by East Lampeter Township. As the project continues and work has become substantially complete, we can go back to have some of those funds released, and then final closure of that trust account when the project is 100% complete and the township is complete agreement with that we've complied with all of the regulations. Along with that, this resolution referenced in the second paragraph, Exhibit E, and that's the improvement guarantee agreement. That does not become technically effective until we have the approval of this resolution. So I am asking for approval of the resolution this evening so we've got some momentum with the project already, so we want to keep it going. Any questions on any of these documents? No? It's pretty straightforward.
All right, if there's no questions, then I need a motion to approve the cash escrow resolution for Fritz Elementary.
I move that we approve the cash escrow resolution for Fritz Elementary.
Second.
Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Dr. Martin? Mrs. Fisher?
Aye.
Mrs. Kapka?
Aye.
Ms. Trowbridge? Ms. Givler?
Aye.
Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
Mrs. Groff?
Aye.
7-0. Motion passed.
Great, thank you. All right, then we have our information reports. The finance and operations report is in there for you guys to review. There was no curriculum instruction report. Anything new on the federal fund side?
Nothing new other than the report that, thanks to Dr. Kozer and her team, we did get our consolidated grant for the upcoming school year submitted this past week, so we should be good to go and start using those funds.
Awesome. Love to hear those words. No IU-13 report.
The IU hasn't met yet this month.
Gotcha.
And they didn't send one for last month.
Okay.
But would you like the PSBA report?
Yep.
I did not prepare a new PSBA report because there's really nothing terribly new. Most of you, I'm sure, have been following the budget, and that's all that mattered. But basically, the only thing that happened new was the governor signed the Bilingual Diploma Act, and we will have to utilize that. There is still waiting a bill that would take care of the amendment for the ways the districts can change their agenda, but so far everyone was more interested in budget, so that one is just sitting there. If any of you want more information on the larger budget, the PSBA had a video on it. If you missed it, it's recorded and it's on their website, so you can still listen to their general budget presentation. Other than that, everyone at PSBA is working on preparations for conference this fall. I think it's already past the deadline if you wanted to do the survey of priorities that would impact their platform. And other than that, it's all been quiet, waiting for the budget to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lancaster County Academy hasn't met yet.
Okay.
They only meet every other month.
All right, and Phil's not here for the CTC, but I don't think he had anything to update there. There is an attachment that you can see under the construction team update. We're just getting started on everything on the renovation at Fritz. I think you'll see that section on that report where it says current work. That's the best way to get kind of updated where we're at. But we're basically in a demo phase where they're clearing everything. But expect more reports on that, and of course, lots more pictures and different things to come along as we move forward in that renovation.
I have a question. My copy of the agenda only shows the Fritz construction report, not, or are they both the same?
They're both the
That's the
same.
same thing listed twice, okay.
Yeah,
I wondered why
it's
there were
listed
two and
twice
I
on
had
there.
one.
Yep. We'll call it the ghost in the machine. Any other reports anybody has? I don't believe there's anything else. This is the second part in our meeting for public comment for anything in general, if anybody has anything that they wanted to bring to the board's attention. Okay. Are there any board announcements this evening? Any board member wants to bring up or initiative? Other than that, we just have our upcoming dates. This is the only meeting we have for July, so the next work session will be August 10th, followed by our regular meeting on August 17th. Other than that, I will take a motion to adjourn to our executive session to discuss our CFFO search, superintendent goals for 26-27, and the superintendent evaluation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays?